Okay. Good evening, entrepreneurs. My name is Richard Kasweria. I'm an entrepreneur. I run a business, a cleaning business, Swift Clean, laundry and cleaning services. We are located in town, Tatitwe, along Kakoba Road, and we offer a lot of services which I will discuss more in details once we reach the next session. I'm happy to be here, and I expect to learn more today like we have been doing in the previous sessions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I don't know if I had gotten Eden wrong, but as if he had said, we describe according to that. But my name is Innocent Ankunda. Okay. Yeah, so I haven't reached the market stage. I'm still innovating. I'm working on a product for sportsmen and sportswomen, but I'm very happy to be here. I came uninvited. I saw Mareka's post and I was like, I have to be here, and that's why I'm here. Thank you.
Oh, great. My name is Richard Kimera. Academically, I work with Mbara University of Science and Technology, but business-wise, I work at Global Auto Systems. We do build software in all aspects. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Geronimo Amanya, in for Placement Bridge. It's supposed to be a job placement engine. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Yes, I'm Senyonjo Gerard, student of Mast. I also just came in uninvited, but I think it is a good pleasure to be here. Business-wise, I'm also trying to. I've not yet reached a big market, but then I deal in poultry. Then we have a small shop we are starting up. So it is just about a few months that we started, but then happy to be here.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Gabriela Dylan Nakandi. I'm a medical doctor by profession. I recently quit my job and I've moved to Mbara for a month now. What I'm offering, I am starting a company with my sister, which is still in the works. I actually hadn't really spoken about it, but I think as I come to more meetings, I'll share more about that. It's more of an events planning company. You'll hear more about that once we have actually taken off. What I need from you is definitely your ideas, where you can suggest and, help and all that. Like I said, I'll get more from that as I attend more meetings. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
I'm Emily Msimeta. I'm from Cocoa Farm. Basically, the farm has layers that lay eggs. So we offer eggs to restaurants and individuals. Then we also have chicken. Those are broilers. So in case you need meat, you can always reach out. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. My name is Muhumuza Ryan Umar. I'm a medical doctor by training, but I'm also a part-time farmer. I am not into commercial agriculture. I'm keeping my animals for the lady who I'll marry, so I give them bride price. But I am happy to be here. I do a couple of so very many other things, but today I'll be listening in and sharing my mind on whatever everyone is doing, and kind of like learning from you and you learning from me. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you all. I think we now know all what we are doing, and so I know some of you have not followed this, which is okay. We shall get that session. For those who have, that's also very fine. Now, before we go into, we now want to hear from you specifically, what are the biggest challenges that you are facing, right? Because we want to see, and which people do you need, those two things. What are the biggest challenges that you are facing and which people do you need? But before I even go there, this whole week, I've been thinking about And for those of you we share groups, even in the one of Entrepreneurs Lounge, I put out some posts asking for small businesses which can start with around 10 million Ugandan shillings. We got a big list of around 20. And why I did that, I was thinking, you know, for some of us who have been into innovation, especially when you are dealing with tech, hard tech, biotech, even softwares. In most cases, you are starting, Umar, you are going to answer. I'm sorry for hijacking you today.
It's okay.
Yeah, so we realize that the biggest issue we always have is you are going into a totally new market. It's not like rearing chicken, whereby it is proved. You get? Now, for me, something I'm working on, we are getting biodegradable plastics. We are getting them from bacteria and local agricultural waste. So it's something new. No one in Uganda is doing it. There is no company doing it. In Africa, it's very rare, and it's mostly in Europe. You get? So you find it so hard with the systems that are happening. I know people who have softwares, people who have the pharmaceutical guys. They are trying very many things, and they are failing to penetrate the market. One, because there are no existing infrastructure to support that. And that's why a person decides to leave whatever they are doing and then they go into a standard business, which has been happening. And that's why I said, can we get a list? And there were many. There were many. You know, from investing in borders to saloons, you know, to buying land, to poultry. Those businesses which have been, I know people still make losses in those, but at least they are there. And when I was thinking, I was like, what should I do? Should I stay on this very risky thing? I don't know if it will happen or I will make it through. Or should I definitely just go into things which have been proven? Because still you are an entrepreneur, you are starting up something. So for me, that has been the question. If I'm asked, how would you answer me?
Okay, yeah. So I have listened through and everyone is doing something. Some are traditional businesses that we have done consistently, and others are things with the new digital ecosystem that are not very familiar with our target markets. For example, I've seen someone doing software and they're saying we're doing software, we are doing apps, and we are doing all these very many other things. If you ask me what you would decide to do, I'd say any one of them would work depending on how you view the next 10 years or so. Yeah? In terms of productivity or anything, both the new digital ecosystems and the old businesses, tailoring, poultry keeping, farming, subsistence fishing, name it, I don't know, everything you have said, will still earn money because people have to eat chicken, people have to wear clothes, and they will need laundry services. People still have to have events. People get married every other day. So these things will happen. But then if you look forward in the next 10 years, or even now, because we are in a digital revolution, someone who is doing software skills, or if you're doing something in transforming carbon waste and everything, and you're looking ahead in the next 10 years, I think you would be earning slightly more money than the established businesses around, because there's already a market based on competition. Yeah, because if you ask me, I would say there are people who are, yes, you will get your money as a startup if you're doing poultry farming, but there are people who are already established in the field.
Yeah.
So you might not get, there's that competition in there, which is healthy.
How do you beat that? Because like you're saying, the issue is, personally, why I didn't go for, at the start, I'm not thinking about them because I think it's a more viable solution, but my thinking was that why go into something that other people are already doing? You get? You are not going to create any new impact. You're not going to be different in any way. Like, it's so hard to even penetrate. How do you own that kind of market, and yet for some of us that was the goal.
Yeah, so I'll just start with probably a life's confession. In one of my travels, I saw something that I have never seen here in Africa, in most of the African countries, and it was to do with software. I was in Berlin, I think probably 8 months ago or something, and I saw a mobile hospital fully online, leave alone these hospital systems where we say, oh, now I am in my hospital, I am in my clinic room, and I send to the lab, then come back to me. No. Doctors were at home in their own houses, pharmacists at their own pharmacies, lab people at their own labs, but the doctor would see a patient online, send to a pharmacist to probably prescribe medication, or if you needed tests, tell the patient to go to this lab which is closer to you, take their tests. This lab person logs back to the doctor at the comfort of his place. Also, the lab person is at the comfort of their own lab, which is closer to the patient or anywhere. And all these guys were earning money, a lot of money, by the way. And then I thought about, when will Uganda ever reach this? This is like a 20-year something. So if I had someone speaking about software, and I'm like, why don't you do something like that? Yeah, because you can be a startup, and you have a commission. The doctors who get this money, you as the founder of this so-called app, you have a particular commission, but they also have a commission because no one wants to come to a clinic. So you're asking me, how do you penetrate the market? How do you compete with people? How does Emily, who is doing chicken, compete with, what's his name? Compete with Bnzika, with Kuku Chick, and what?
Yoga Chick.
I think the idea here is about, you have to have a brand for yourself. Yeah? I mean, Emily here as a startup will first of all leverage on the people she has, yeah? People she has met. And let the people know that she has a certain service to sell. And this is poultry, yeah? Now, if she does very nice poultry now, we shall be the first recommendation for her poultry. You see? Now, all of us are saying, oh, Bnzika, now we'll start to say, oh, guys, I think Emily has better chicken than Bnzika. Yeah? And then from these recommendations, she will start to build a brand for herself as Coco Farm or something. So all of us will be like, oh, no, we have a colleague who does chicken. Instead of going to a Bnzika who I don't know, now we'll start to support her. You see?
Yeah.
And it's just about starting small, because, I mean, Emily will not breed 10,000 chicken. She will start probably with 200 and then go to 300. And it's a work in progress, because even Bnzika did not start at 10,000. Yeah? And in her process of growth, she will meet someone else here who is saying, no. You know what? I could advertise your chicken on my software platform, or we are going to have a software platform that links customers of your produce, eggs and everything from your farm, or something with a slogan, from the farm to your plate, something like that. And now she will start to work with people like you. And then along the way, she will meet people like you who will say, no, whatever is coming from the produce is not supposed to be misused. Yeah? Okay, if you've had, I don't know, fertilizer from the chicken droppings and everything, you'll be like, oh no, we cannot put that, we need to recycle it, probably take it to a garden, and then there'll be value for her produce, but you also be doing something for your business, yeah? The one who is doing cleaning will then also come in to assist, because you say, no, you know, guys, we also do spraying for these houses and everything, but you also need to wash your drinkers and everything that you're doing. So it becomes a small ecosystem of working together because of the human resource capital that you have. So penetrating market means, first of all, you need to have people. That's what I'm trying to say. And you must work with these people. You must exchange services, because you're not going to tell us to only buy your chicken. You must tell us, how am I also supporting your business, or integrating whatever idea you have into my business.
Okay. Thank you so much. I didn't want to leave his point. He mentioned something, and he had told me earlier about his challenge and how he's doing a business that is so new in Uganda. So to me, my question is to Eden or to everyone here, because it's a reality. I want us to sit with reality. My question is, Eden is a young man. He's growing. He has needs. You need to pay rent. You need to, I don't know, if you have a girlfriend, you need to buy flowers or whatever it is. So I'm then wondering, how is Eden going to survive? If he is actually going to just stick on this innovation that is literally going to take some time. How are we sitting with reality? Does Eden really need to only sit on his innovation, or he actually needs to think outside the box?
Okay, I think that is a very good one, because at the end of the day, one of the biggest reasons that's why people give up and I go back and do a job 9 to 5, it's because I need to survive at the end of the day. So I will tell you how I survive after, but let this guy first. Please remind me.
Good evening once again. I will introduce myself again. I'm Richard Kasoria. I'm a young entrepreneur. I belong to the cleaning services industry. Our company is called Swift Clean Laundry and Cleaning Services. So here is what we offer. We offer reliable and professional cleaning services to busy professionals as well as small businesses and other clients that I will describe under the section of who my customers are. So these services include, one, there is laundry and dry cleaning, whereby I know most of you understand what I mean there. Laundry and dry cleaning. You bring your clothes, you bring your suits, and then we clean them for you and give them back to you once they are ready. The other service is sofa and carpet cleaning. We have sofas, we have carpets in our homesteads, in our offices, and in these other places, hotels, public places, and all that. So these sofas and the carpets, they cannot be cleaned using manual means, your hands and everything. Yes, you can do it, but it's not as efficient as it should be. So we have good equipment that we use to perform all those tasks. Then we also do home cleaning, your home space. Whether you need regular cleaning, it could be just mopping and bathroom and toilet cleaning regularly, or even if it's deep in that the space over time it gets dirty and it needs a professional touch, we come in there. Then we also do office and commercial space cleaning, similar to the home cleaning, but this time we are applying it to your office and your commercial space. We have post-construction cleaning as well. You are done with building your site. It could be your home space, it could be a commercial building. So before people move in, you need it to be cleaned and ready for just moving in. Someone moves in, sets up, and they start doing whatever they are supposed to do in the space. We also do that. And then lastly, we have move in and move out cleaning services. You have probably rented a new place, and most of the times you will find when that space is not clean enough for you to settle in. So we come in and help you with that. Also, as well as if you're moving out, you need to leave someone's space the way you found it. We also come in and help you with that. The next question, who our customers are. So we target busy professionals. We target busy people, those ones working in offices, working in hospitals, working in schools, plus daily income earners, people who are running businesses in town. Most of them don't have time to do their own laundry, they don't have time to do their own cleaning. So we come in and help them with that at an affordable cost. Then we also target students. I came to realize even during at my time at campus, some students just don't have the time or the energy to do their own cleaning, and probably some of them have what it takes to pay someone to do the tasks for them. So we also help those ones. And then our other clients are homesteads, like I explained. Homesteads with busy people. They need their clothes cleaned, their space, their sofas, their carpets. We also help with that. And then small businesses, including restaurants, Airbnbs, small guest houses and lodges. And then our last group of clients is the big institutions. It could be hotels, it could be schools. We also help by offering the respective services I had explained earlier. Then currently, we are a running business. We already have a location and an address. We have most of the equipment we use for all these services. It's not like we rent most of them, no. We have procured the equipment. And then at the moment we have staff. In case the task or the job at hand requires a bit more of the staffing, we also have people that can come in and help us. But in terms of operation, that's where we are right now. We have the equipment, we have the address, and we also have the staff or the capacity to raise more staff in case we need them. Then we are still in our early stages of growth. This is a business which has been operating since Feb in 2025. But at first it was a mobile business. We are simply online. We'd get orders and work on them from home. So we moved to town. We got an address in July. So we have been open now for 6 months, serious business. And we have, at the moment, we have served something like 150 customers. But out of the 150, only about 25 are recurring customers so far. So that brings me to what I need. For the business operation to run smoothly, I need to be sure of what revenue I can bring in every month or every other set time frame. And in order to do this, the easiest and simplest way is by having customers or clients that I'm sure will always bring back the business. I need more repeat clients. These usually come in form of, it could be on an individual level, people who feel they completely don't have time for that and they are willing to trust you and always give you the business. But the most reliable way is if you're dealing with institutions or if you're dealing with small businesses. So at the moment, that's what I need. I need access to recurring customers. And then I also need advice and learning the skills in relation to how to handle finances, how to build systems, how to market better, and how to offer or tailor my services to suit the clients I need better. Yeah, I think that's it. I can now take your questions or anything. Or go to the next person.
Okay. So after Umar, all of you will be okay to ask him, advise him, and you can actually give him new partners if you think that what he has said you can actually be able to help. Umar.
Yes, thank you. You're doing very tremendous work. And in fact, most of the questions I had, you kept answering them along the way, because I wanted to ask why we should use you to clean our things and not clean for ourselves or anyone else. And you kind of like showed, okay, we have the capacity, the expertise, we have the equipment, and we are a work in progress, we are growing, yeah? and the kind of like target market. And I'll just try to answer maybe where you asked about how to handle finances and building systems, yeah? The first thing is you need to advertise Swift Clean, yeah? Do you know how old Coca-Cola is? I don't know how old Coca-Cola is, but Coca-Cola has a budget for advertising every day, despite it being a known brand. Now think about a brand that is a year old, because you started in Feb. Now we just start in February again. So think about yourself. If Coca-Cola can still advertise, how about you? Okay? So, and advertising these days, there are easier ways to advertise. Every one of us is on social media and everywhere, yeah? Develop very short clips. I've seen a guy who sells clothes, and in fact, I even reached out to his inbox because every time he's selling clothes, it's like a skit of comedy. This certain guy who was here on, you've seen him, the brown one, yes, you see now everyone knows him. Because of his style of selling clothes. It's like a very funny way. Yeah, it's very different, yeah? So, what are you going to do different to kind of like advertise this brand, eh? Yeah? People don't like serious things. If you're going to be serious, you will not get the customers. Yeah? Secondly, liaise with these IT people. These days we'll want authentic brands, yeah? If Swift Clean is authentic, at least have... These days hosting a website is not very expensive like in the past and everything, yeah? Let Swift Clean have a website where I can just come and say, Swift Clean, I am placing, please come to my house on this, and clean. Full stop. And then Swift Clean will appear, yeah? That's the other way of advertising your brand. But also, now that you've been coming here, I see these days every company has a t-shirt. Don't be left behind, eh? Come with your Swift Clean. Everywhere you're moving, we clean everything, and it's there. And people can easily say, okay, this is the guy. Sometimes we just want to see and be like, oh, I think you can do it for me, yeah? And then go back to the other thing I told you. What's your social capital like? Because it is us, you have to start with us and then go outside, yeah? And in fact, you will testify and say, 70% of the customers you have are people who are your friends. Now, your friends, if you have a good brand, they also export their brand to their other friends, yeah? Yeah, in terms of financial management, I think I'll do it generally after all of us have spoken, about how to keep money, especially as young people, because that's a very complex thing, We have very many things running. Everyone is telling you they are getting married, this responsibility, bring money, So how do you manage finances, Now open it to the rest so I don't be very wordy.
Advertising. We have an active TikTok page with about 200 followers. So I will give that to you. I'll ask the rest of you to follow us and also like our videos. Then, and then we are also building a website, so it will be fully functional soon.
Beautiful.
Even the emails, because some
we have
a domain reserved already, so we have an active email.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. I think one thing I've realized is no matter how much we do to market products online, offline still works too much.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I'm also here. I mean, we could have an online session and I attend it online. So you want to capture the details of your customers. I mean, for the laundry services I've visited, when my clothes are ready, they don't tell me that, they don't send me a text to tell me that your clothes are ready, you can pick them. And I think to me that's one thing that can add value. Then two, you need to follow up. You need to keep checking on them. Hey, how are things? We haven't seen you in a while. And I think this sort of strategy, I've seen DSTV and some of those other companies use it. So I think that can still help you. So follow up on these customers. When they give you money and leave, keep following them up. I think that's one of the things you can use. You mentioned finance. I'll just start up something so small. The entrepreneur journey, one thing you have to know is an entrepreneur is everything. Yeah? Like you have to learn so many skills. The little experience I can give you is for our company, we started in 2017. So you can count the number of years we have existed. And I was a graduate of just IT. Yeah, that was my area. But good enough, I got some chance to study, and I had to study even finance. So I think for the last 6 years, I've been the finance manager for the company. Yeah? So you need to empower yourself. You need to learn as much as you can. But also you need to learn something called discipline. That is something that is, I think, is very hard to learn how to discipline yourself on how you spend and how you separate your finances. I think those are the key points I wanted to mention. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Swift Clean. I actually happen to be a client, a one-time client for Swift Clean. And I like the fact that you guys followed up. You asked me how was the service, what was the challenge. For me personally, as an individual, I found the prices high. Yeah. So I don't know. Either it can be an individual based thing because I can get a lady. I'm not saying you're supposed to be the lady in this place. I can get a lady who will clean, like a lot of my clothes are at 10,000. But if I have, of course you are weighing. Yeah. So if you find maybe half of the clothes the lady washes at 10,000, half of them you're going to charge me 35. It will be a very big challenge. Okay, at least if there was an extra 10,000, I'd be willing to come back. So for me, I saw it as a challenge. I don't know how you address that, or it's just me who is mising on money. Yeah, thank you.
Just to make it very clear, why would I stop using these ladies who are cheap? They're actually very cheap. Some can even do for you for 5K, 6K, depending on how you easily talk to them. The other question is, I don't think you're the first laundry business here in Mbarara, right? So how different are you from the big boys who have been here? Because at the end of the day, you are still looking for the same market, you know? I'm sure Umar has been washing clothes from somewhere. So how does he ship from where he is and then it comes to you? You can address that also.
Okay. I think while I was speaking, there is a part I left out. It wasn't written here, the challenges. So Emily's question brings me back to our challenges. One of the challenges we have faced most is price resistance. A lot of the population in Mbarara, they feel the price is too high. And we also feel the price which we are offering you is the price at which we can also survive in the industry. But then sometimes you have to be flexible. So we have been trying to do that, but we couldn't do it in our first few months because we didn't have the whole picture. But at the moment, I think we are getting the full picture of what our market is supposed to be and what Mbarara is offering us, what our target clients are, and what most of the people coming to us can afford. So I think we are drawing up offers, packages, whereby if you're Emily, you let's say you can bring in 5 kilograms of laundry per week. Normally, that would be 25,000. But if you have the capacity to bring that 5 kilograms over and over again, let's say something like twice in a month, that would be 10 kilograms, 50,000. We offer you a package whereby we reduce the cost, but we assure you are our client. And then you can always pay something up top to help with the operations. So we'll be ready to serve you at a discount in that we assure your business is always there. It's not going to go away. And maybe with time, you'll also bring in more of your friends. And then he asked the question, how different are we from the rest? At the moment, I think there are very many laundry and cleaning businesses in town, and more are continuing to come up. What we offer is closely similar to what the other businesses offer. In terms of laundry, I don't think there is much more you can do than what the rest can do. So what we do different, the one is the customer care. We try to follow up. We try to engage our customers, know what they would prefer us to improve, and we try to always adjust our services basing on what the customer wants most. Then the other thing that we are trying to do differently is what I just said. We are trying to study more of the population and then come up with individual special tailored offers for each and every possible client, such that we don't leave anyone behind. Anyone that can afford the services, we will always be ready to serve them. And then at the moment, I think we are also we are not necessarily cheaper, but we are not the most expensive. We are also trying to embrace the digital marketing strategies. We are fully online, and I think that's a gap that most of our competitors are not exploiting. And it would be very helpful to learn more about how I can continue to tap into that gap that they are not exploiting, such that by the time they realize it's a good strategy, I will be far ahead and able to compete more. I'm also open to more ideas about how I can continue to differentiate myself from the rest of the cleaning services providers in Mbarara. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. We shall go to the next. And I'm happy that I think you know.
A small advice to Swift Clean. One thing I've noticed with these things of laundry is you have to keep offering quality services. You can keep upgrading. One thing that chased me from that was when I gave my property to a given company, and they mixed, like, when you mix shades and white comes when it is gray. Yeah, so that completely chased me away, and even I used to discourage my colleagues from going there. Yeah, so keep improving that and don't settle for the minimum. Like I'd say, those ones who came in later, I'm Innocent Ankunda. I'm a fourth year pharmacy student at MAST, and I was inspired by Eden and Amaleka because they're some of the few innovators I know who have progressed to the market, because most of the innovators remain on the prototype level, and I'm also on that level. And one of the things I wish to benefit from such sessions is how best can I roll out to the market. I'm working on a product called Thrive. It's a hydration stroke energy drink for sportsmen, footballers, gym people. If you've been observant if you watch like Premier League, you will see things like Prime, Carabao, Gatorade. Yeah, so that's the kind of a product I'm working on, though it's enhanced with probiotics. But the main challenge, like Eden had already said, is the technology that comes with it. Because my main challenge is it's more is the logistics. How would I afford a freeze dryer? Because mine is a powder for reconstitution. You reconstitute when you're going to take. Yeah, so it's mainly concerning the technology, and also the capital. You can develop a product from our labs at MAST and whatever, but getting the momentum to set off is, at the moment is it's actually my biggest challenge. Yeah, for the market, I it's not the common, the usual market. So my market is ideally the people who are active in sports, in the gym, and any other rigorous activity. Yeah, so my main thing I need today, or I can learn from you guys, is how best can I pull the funds to, you know, set off. Yeah.
Yes, so work in progress, and it probably would guide on how the steps he has moved, and we probably add these two together so that we move a bit faster. Eliud, you're very welcome.
I think I can just introduce myself. Okay, thank you. So I'm Eliud Chelangat. A first year student doing masters in pharmaceutical analysis, and profession, that's my profession. But what I love most is sports. That's my background. I come from a region where athletics, like if you look at the whole of Sebei region, around 80% of the young people, youth, enter into running. So you could see that's their strengths. So if that's their strengths, and they also have some challenges they go through. And one of their challenges is it deals with dehydration and electrolyte imbalance. As athletes push, as they run, they lose the ability to maintain. So that's where our innovation came, or that's how we came into. So what we do is we are developing an electrolyte-based hydration system or hydration solution, where it's a rated drink. So as you are running, you take. So it gives you the minerals, the salts, the glucose that you lost as in form of sweat. So it's a backup, like it's a backup system. So that one will give you an advantage to run longer, to play football longer. Then also when you are in the gym, you have the ability to lift weights a little bit longer than a person who do not use. So that's our market is all categories of sports, and the customers are the footballers, runners, and like how Innocent was describing, all heavy active individuals. So where we are at the moment, we got the grant from CITT. So that's the one that is making everything. It's changing everything. So the target now is we are procuring equipments to support the manufacturing process. Then we are validating also the product. We've started giving out samples to various categories of sports. So we have runners, we have footballers, we have people in the gym. So that's the second objective, where we are trying to see, can this thing really work? So we don't want to reach a level where we come to the market and what we are giving out doesn't work. So at the moment we are validating to see that it is actually working or it's giving a benefit to the customers. So that's the first was procuring equipment with the grant, then validating, then now the third would be going to certify the products with the natural bodies. That's the Uganda registration, UNBS. That's the body responsible for satisfying that the product meets the requirements to be used. So that's where we are aiming. That would be the second thing after we have validated that it is working. We go and register. Then after we come to the market. When we have gotten all these requirements, we come and start the business. So that's where we are. And what the other day, how we are trying to reach to customers. We are at the moment building also
a relationship with this kind of people who use this solution we are offering. So one of the people whom the student, Bishop Stewart, they had an Uganda Athletics Federation, they had a meeting the other day, and this guy has been using this water and it has been working for him. So when they had a meeting, we first had a meeting with him to go and push the product, to go and tell those people what his experience. So we are building a relationship with them such that by the time we come out, we kind of have a backup evidence, then with all the people also in the system. So we are doing all at the same time. We're building relationship, validating, and at the next we'll be registering. So so far the challenges we have encountered, so far it's not so much as at the moment. Then yes, that's what.
What do you mean not so much?
The challenges.
Not so much.
At the beginning, what we wanted so much was the money to start us up.
Okay.
So like we wrote a grant, or we wrote an application to CITT, and we went through an intensive week where we were trained how to come up, and then how to come up with solutions to fit to the market. So after that intensive week, there was a time when we had to pitch. The grant came, the call was a grant. So they first have to train you, then after you pitch the idea. So we did the whole process, then we pitched and we won that money. So it's that money that will set the foundation. So at the moment, the challenge would be now building relationship with the customers or with the users that we are trying to reach out. Some of them.
You have given some.
Yes.
Prior.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And what has the feedback been?
So far, some are saying that the test is not okay for them.
One of them. But I'm not an athlete, so probably athletes test differently. I doubt. So the test is not always good.
Yeah, but somehow we have the second version of the product. The first one, the major challenge was the test. So this second modification, the test is a bit reduced. So far now, the people who are using, they are saying it is fairly okay for them. So we are yet to reach, there is a maximum number we are aiming, that once we have them, it gives a greater confidence that it will work.
Okay. Yeah. So why start very big? You start small, and they're just incremental steps. So moving forward, you go through a lot of just trying to find the appropriate word, but there's a lot of steps you have to go through in terms of regulation, in terms of everything he has been saying. So you start small, apply for grants, also look out for grants where you fit in. There's a lot of money out there just because we haven't gotten the skill of writing grants, but people have a lot of money to give startups. So just look out for them. Also build on your social capital. They'll tell you where the grants are, because even to win the CITT grant, you don't just win sometimes, because who do you know? And I'll keep emphasizing it all over the globe. It's usually not about you have the best product, the best something. It's about how do you present this product, but even to the persons you're presenting it to, who do you know on that board, for you to get selected, yeah? It moves a very long way to know someone. I'm not saying it's not a merit-based process. It is, yes, merit-based, but there's a soft spot you get when you know someone on the interview panel. If you know, you get what I am saying, eh? So it makes your life a bit more easy. Even regulation. I mean, if you know the chair of the National Drug Authority, it's as easy as giving him a call and saying, man, my papers are on your table for a very long time. You know? And he expedites the process, yeah? So you just have to do not underestimate the power of social capital, yeah? So I'll go to Mr. Kimera, then move forward, eh? So yeah.
So maybe, why do you think that for all this time in Uganda, these products are so many in Europe, right? But in Uganda, when you were talking, you talked about prime water, right? It's not Ugandan. Eliud, you have also not talked about a Ugandan product. So my question is, what guarantee, how sure are you, and why do you think that your product has not been, no one has bought it here in Uganda? What would have delayed it? And why do you think that when you guys start working on it, you will actually break through? I know it's a very uncomfortable question, but you can, I'm sure, respond to it, because it now gives you your unique ability as an entrepreneur.
Thank you so much. Yes, okay. And we have Coca-Cola in Uganda as one of the major companies driving Uganda's economy, and yet there is nothing Coca-Cola has brought out.
Why is the Coca-Cola, like, it has bought very many other brands? why did it bring in different here?
Yes, so one of the hypotheses they say is that they have not seen Uganda as a big market.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So now, us who are the Ugandans, we can see that even though it's not big, there is a big market in it.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Actually, I even went ahead and I tried to look at the regional thing. How is it in Tanzania? How is it in Kenya? How is it in Rwanda? So even the other countries, it is still low scale. There are no known products of that kind. Yeah. So my thinking, I was trying to think maybe it is the relevance of those products are not well known to the population. That's what I thought. And in my plans was, if this product makes it, you have to continuously do what? Advertise and make the public know the relevance of such an electrolyte drink. But then also the pricing, sometimes you find most of the why I would say the usage is low, the available products, the prices are high. So perhaps people may not be interested in using them because of their high prices. So if you bring in a product which is affordable, maybe people can take it up. Yeah.
And also, one of the people who are using the product we have, the students at Bishop Stewart. At the beginning, they didn't want it so much, but after I have told him the importance of the electrolyte solutions to the athletics or to the athletes, he started buying the idea, and he likes now, and he's even pushing it so much to be used by his other colleagues.
Yeah.
So I think it's also right that the people so far in Uganda do not know much about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe not today, Umar, but you can give. Okay. Yes.
How many units have you sold of that? Just give us a picture so that we're inspired a little more. How many units so far?
We don't sell to these people. We first give them as samples to see whether it's working for them. Then once it works, that's when we can charge these people.
Adapt, because as you see, it's a new product. Mine is a totally new product. How do people change mindsets and then they start adapting the technology? Like your BS Sugar you are talking about, I think it's also a very big conversation we should have Yes, Dr. Chimera.
Yeah, thank you. The first thing that was, excuse me, my voice is not so clear. First thing that I was thinking as people were talking about products, I was wondering why you don't come with some samples as we have some of these gatherings. I mean, I would love to be one of your testers. I do sport, so yes, we don't like very sweet things. Yeah, so I would love to be one of your testers at one moment when you have the product ready. Yeah. And then the other point I wanted to mention is about investment or looking for funding. People don't usually invest in the best ideas. They usually invest in people, right? So most times you come and pitch, and then, I mean, I've judged a couple of innovations. Then you look at people and you're like, but these people, the way they look, if you give them 50 million, they are going to take off. Yeah? Yeah, so, and then they will look at how you articulate yourself and how you convince them about your product. And then they'll feel like you're worth trusting with the money. And then they'll feel like maybe this product can actually do work. So I've been at the innovation forefront, and I've had those crazy ideas, and they have not been successful. I know there are some ideas you have that you put there, and simply the world is not yet ready for them. Until when the world is ready to take them up.
Maybe too early.
Yeah, it might be too early. So I think maybe I can now proceed.
Yeah, if you can proceed. So what you are going to do, also because of time.
I'll try to use less time. I think it's easier for me to answer if there are some specific questions. But again, I'm Richard. I work with Global Auto Systems. I'm one of the co-founders. We found it in 2017. We were 3 people. One had a background in information technology, another one a background in computer science, another one a background in computer engineering. So we had to look at ourselves and see how we complement our skills. The reason why we started basically was we wanted to change the computing ecosystem of the country by trying to automate systems that run in different companies. But also we wanted to establish ways in which we can own our information in the country. By owning, I mean we realized that most of the content generated, if you have any software running, most of the content is stored online away from us. It's stored on Google servers, stored on Facebook servers, and the like. So we thought, what if we establish something local that actually keeps this information, such that even if one day America wakes up and says we are switching off our internet, we can have access to our information locally. How is that journey going? It is still going. Yes. Then talking about products, we have several products. And I was challenged, and this is a question we usually get when you're trying to pitch or share with some of the people that try to guide us in what the businesses we do. And the question we usually get is, okay, you've talked about 10 products. What is that one main product? And up to now, I still can't answer that question. So among the products we have, I'll just give examples and a few customers. One is we have software that manages Aba Hospital. I don't know if some of you have been to Aba Hospital. So it is a fully-fledged software, Aba, in northern Uganda. Yes. Fully-fledged. By fully-fledged, I mean from admission of patients to the whole process they go through up to even discharge. So that software is there. And the core that we are now fronting is the inclusion of AI and machine learning or data science. That is my expertise. And so we are trying to focus more on that. How do we make sure that the information that has been provided into these systems, actually we can help the hospitals or customers make sense out of this information by trying to analyze it and give some insights, by trying to do some predictions based on the information that is available within the system. But also we focus on making sure that the information that is kept is not just staying at the hospital. How do we make sure that also the patient tries to get some of this information? So that is just one of the products. Then in Masaka, we do have a product for managing street parking. So the software being used there was built by the company, and we maintain it. So, of course, yes, there are always some few challenges there and there. Maybe I'll sum them up after talking about most of these products. And then in Mbara, we have school systems and SACCO systems as well. So if you have a child or a sister or a brother at Mbara Preparatory, that is the primary and kindergarten, so we have the software again that runs from marks to even students who move out of school, in terms whether they have been authorized or they are sick. The software is able to capture all that. But I think one core that we provide with that is we have a mobile application for the parents. Like I said, we aim at not just keeping the software at the company or at the customer's business, but we also aim at empowering the people who receive a service from this business. So the parents of Mbaya Preparatory have a mobile application where they monitor whatever is going on at school with their child. So for instance, if they do a test in their, let's say, mid-term, when the results are entered in the system, the parent is able to see how the child has performed. So that helps them monitor. When the report, let's say the term ends, and they have entered the results in the system again, actually the parent gets the report before even the real hard copy is printed. But still the hard copy is printed within the system. So that is still another product that we do run. Mbaya Preparatory.
They adopted that?
Yes.
Wow.
So it's just one case. There are other schools that we do have that do use the software as well. Then we also have SACCO management product. So of course, we know there are quite a lot of SACCOs in the country. So basically, again, it manages quite all the services that run within the SACCO. Now, moving fast forward, one of the things I wanted to also mention is acquiring customers. In our journey, what we have learned is it doesn't matter sometimes how much you market, especially for a services business. If you are marketing a product, that is different. But if you're marketing a service, I think sometimes it is better to reach out direct to the customers or to the prospective customers. And in this, I mean, we do go to the market. Yes, we have a marketing team, but you will find me when I've put all the other qualifications people want to put me on when I'm in an academic environment. I wear my entrepreneurial clothes, and then I go to the market. So you'll find me in a school trying to talk about a product. And one of the things, again, I've seen is, of course, people trust when you introduce yourself and then they ask you, okay, so who are you? And you want to start small. You don't want to scare them with all these titles and what have you. Until you tell them, hey, I'm a doctor, so and so, and they're like, okay, now we want the product. Yeah, so that one also comes in. So you have to go out there and pitch your product. You must understand it from A to Z, and then you must be able to provide some uniqueness that other products are not doing.
Even if it's not a business, even friends, there's always that 1-2 friends who will not fulfill their obligation to pay back somehow or the other. On personal basis, I give out money to friends when I know I am not going to ask back that money. Yeah, because it's either friendship or the money, and usually you lose the friendships. I value the friendships more. So what usually happens is people don't usually pay back or anything. But in business, and if you're offering a service, Dylan hinted on it, it becomes sometimes very difficult to enter into a contractual agreement with some people because they are colleagues. But I think moving forward, it's a good aspect to have a contractual agreement of sorts. It's very, very important. But also, secondly, on our ends, we also have to try to understand why the other party has not paid sometimes. I think sometimes we never take the time to understand. So I'll give an example. If it's a street parking app and something, are they really getting the money from the people who are parking? Sometimes you sit back and try to reevaluate, even sometimes talk to them. Because sometimes people will not pay back because they haven't gotten a return on the investments they have put in. So sometimes it becomes a bit very tricky. And also even on our ends, because we want business sometimes. If it's a school, for example, you said you cannot switch off a school. Because even the parents who have seen what you've been doing at the school, ask who did this, then they'll be, it's more business for you, but the unsaid business. So sometimes it's a very complex thing. There is no formula. It's like marriage. I am telling you the truth. Bad debtors have no formula. You do not know who is going to pay and who is not going to pay you. You just go in blindly, and because we are an African culture of sorts, even culture depicts, the contracts were very white things. But for us, we used to agree and be like, man, you're going to do this, you'll do it. And sometimes it goes in a gentleman's agreement. Yes, I am going to do it. Let's proceed. So sometimes we never go into the nitty-gritties. So I leave some of my things to the Lord. I cannot give you the best answer that's this is how I'll manage a bad debt or anything. Yeah.
So maybe just a small thing there. That someone cannot take your money and not give it back to you. I don't know, but I think it is very possible. For example, there is no way you can do business with these multinationals and fail to give them their money. If you are supposed to give them money, So they have developed those systems, and probably just have to copy and paste and see how are they doing it. Even the government itself, you do business with it. If you are supposed to give it money, you will give it the money. So, yeah, witness.
Okay, thank you. He has hit me with a fun fact. It's like a bad data. What are you going to say? Just fun fact. But between he's my friend, and between me and him, we lend money to each other. At times, sometimes I am out in field. I tell him there's a person delivering this and this. I'll give him this much. I'll give it to you when I return. Sometimes maybe I take 2 days, sometimes a week for giving him the money. But the thing is, I don't think there is a person who goes into a debt without being without the will to pay back the debt.
Yes.
So one of the ways I think to manage debts is that when you're giving someone, let's say your products, don't overwhelm them with debts. Okay? Maybe you look at the person, you're like, this one I can give them items to pay in an advance of time, but maybe this one I can't exceed 100,000. This one I can't exceed 200,000. This one I can even give up to me, and I'm sure they have a bit to pay. Yeah. So that if you overwhelm them with debts, then if someone wakes up and looks at how much they're supposed to pay and can bankrupt them, surely they will not give you all their capital and close their business and go home. Okay? Yeah. So you have to make sure between you and the person you're lending, you manage how much they can be in debt to you. Otherwise, if you give them so much, and they're overwhelmed, they even stop responding to your calls to pay. Because you're going to bankrupt them and they close and they go home. Or maybe they have targets to meet that have to keep the business afloat, but you are demanding for money in such a way that if they give it to you, then they cannot continue to operate. Then definitely they are going to default. Okay, so I think one of the best techniques is managing how much you let out in debt. Okay? If it is 100,000, I'm sure maybe after selling this commodity, I can pick 100,000 and pay you. It's manageable. But if my total sales for a month were 500 and I'm supposed to pay you $1 million, that I see that even if I pay you 500, I've not even it even won't make a gesture at your end, enough gesture at your end. Most likely, someone will choose to keep quiet and not give you the money and hope to pay you when things get well. and that's how come debts will be a problem.
So
Yeah.
that's
That's what I think. Keep the amount manageable. Don't give someone more debt than they can pay with their system.
yeah. So I know.
Geronimo Amanya. I'm in for placement bridge. We come in tech, where each and every other person has actually applied either for an internship, for a job, for a fellowship. I see every time Simba is always sharing all those things. So we come in with placement bridge to actually bridge that gap of you applying manually, you searching for jobs manually, maybe over LinkedIn or all over Google. You go and search for new job placements around Barara, maybe in medicine, in something like that. So we are bridging it with a placement bridge, a job engine. In that, if there is a new placement, maybe in Mulago Hospital and I'm a nurse, there should be either a WhatsApp message or an SMS to say, hey, there is a new job placement in Mulago Hospital. The requirements are these. This is the link. It fits your resume or it fits your profile. So we are still in the development stage, but we are currently under some boot camp with the Royal Academy of Engineering. Yeah. So we are under their boot camp, also hoping to win because it's on 14th. That's when the competition is in Nakawa. So our customers, it's everyone who actually needs a job, or anyone who actually has a CV is our customer. Anyone with a CV is our customer. Yeah, maybe the market strategy is on, like every other person uses ChatGPT. There is Pro, Plus. So we are bringing in, it could be daily, like airtime, or Plus, like monthly or annually. Challenges, since it's student-based, I bring it up to your fellows and they say, man, that's not possible. That's obviously one of the main challenge, in that our colleagues all think of it as impossible, even when it's very possible somewhere. Yes, it's novel in Uganda, it's novel, but somewhere it's there, but not practically achievable in Uganda. But I believe we can actually do this, because it can be. Any other business, I need your encouragement, guys, towards that. Maybe in business ways, maybe take anything of such.
Because you find a lot of people in this era where people are using tech. You find that people are looking for jobs, but people are moving to offices where even no job has been announced. No, there is nothing like related. We want anyone, but as long as that system is advanced properly, and then somebody is already submitting details, and then what I see that is needed is to work closely with these organizations that employ, so that wherever for them they're already posting out, they give you the information so that you upload it on your system, so that even these people who are going to apply are already, because for the world around needs jobs, but then having the right information, which needs to work closely with the people employing as well as the people who are being employed at the same time.
Yeah, I think it's a good innovation, and I don't know how you'll do it. There's a company I have seen that does something similar. They had even, I think, a symposium at MAST.
Monday.
Monday UG something, eh? So probably you can link up with the team and see how different you would be with them. And also, as a new startup, you might not have the finances they have. They look like they have a hand of, they have a ministry's hand behind, eh? So see how you do yours more differently or more easily, and see also like the market, Yeah, because means you need to interact with the people and see what they want to have.
To push it from the very ground of the first production to the ground of reaching the final consumer. That is how we are trying to push. As in, we are rearing these birds, but we started from the other last part, because we are trying to look for space around Kampala, because we have an address already in Mengo, and then we first started up the small. It's like a confectionery, KR fries, K and R fresh fries. Then what we started with these.
So just Gerard, to collect it very well.
Yes.
What are you working on at first? Then you can go to this, because I think I didn't.
Right, we are dealing in chicken and then other confectionery products.
Okay.
Yes. But we started with a shop first. We established, and then we found out that these products, sometimes they are taking a lot of resources, or we are spending more money on the buying of the products we use, buying the birds, buying the eggs, and all other needed stuff. Then we realized that is becoming very expensive and increasing production. Sometimes you cannot regenerate the money. Sometimes you regenerate, but at a low profit. Then we are going down to the ground to rear the birds from our own farms. And then by this time, our target people, they are these people around town, as in feeding them continuously, though we intend to reach out to a bigger population, like on parties. We intend to reach out to that extent, though we have started now about 3 months with that confectionery. Therefore, we are still supplying a smaller group, or we are still reaching out to a smaller market that can reach out to us. Then in this, what we are trying to do is that we try to find means, how can we minimize costs of production. That is when we looked through that maybe we can start up the production ourselves. But then also that one gave us some challenge a bit, because the places where we have land, because we have some land, you say, I am producing in this area, that is where I have space, and that is where I see some market. But then the space where you have land, because we have our own land, but it is a bit distant. There we are trying to figure out how are we going to do on the transportation of these products until we reach the production or the final consumer at relatively reduced scales. Then in this course, what challenges us is market. It gives us some challenge, but then we are trying to work out, because we are new in the market, but then we are trying to establish online platforms. We want to build our own website. We want to build our own application, so that even the orders can be made online. We want to do transportation, that such that people don't have to first travel, but somebody can order from a distance, and then we do the delivery at their point. That is how far we have gone. It means we are in production, and then that is our space.
Okay.
Yes.
And yes, Dylan.
Firstly, I have a question. You said you are into chicken and confectionaries.
Yes.
Confectionaries being cakes and those things?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just going to, because you had mentioned a difficulty with the selling of the confectionaries. You started with a shop and you were selling the confectionaries in shop. Okay, so I'm just going to give something small. I don't know if it's really going to be beneficial to you and this particular product, because it's something I actually learned from my dad, and also he learned from his sister. So you don't always have to start from up there. You don't have to start straight away in a shop. One thing that he told me was that you can always start, you see, you can target the bus parks, taxi parks with these people that carry. There is a lot of market there that people ignore because we think it's a bit down there, because we want a shop and all that. But if you want things like this to move fast, you can also start in those areas. That's all I wanted to say. I don't know if that's helpful.
Okay. Anyone else? Actually, when you talk about parks,
Doctor, I'd already introduced myself. I don't really have much to say. Like I had said earlier, the thing I'm working on is still in the works, so I don't really have much to say about it. I can only tell you about what it's going to be about. That was repetition. So it's my journey so far. So the idea came around just last year, December 2025. It's an events company or entertainment events company that I'm working on with my sister, and it's basically events. What we're offering is creative fun. Not Wilikasawa, bara, but what I'm saying is creative fun. So things like paint and sip, things like hiking, things like cycling. So those are the things we're looking into and we're trying to work on. Our customers are working class, basically people who can afford to pay for these activities. Working class parents who are looking for time off from the kids. Also children themselves can be involved, or parents and kids at the same time. And also people with medical problems who need to exercise more, something like that. Where you are, I didn't understand that question. Is it the location or is
Fraction, the journey.
Oh, we're still talking about it. Yes, it's an idea. We've already formulated our missions and all that. We're just looking to do our first event, perhaps in March. What I need from you is probably any ideas that you would have. I'm not new. I grew up here, but I haven't been around for most of my adult life, so I don't really know how the social life works here, and I would be very grateful to you guys if you give me tips. I've been with Umar, and I think I've been asking him questions here and there. He hasn't noticed, but I've been asking him questions here and there about social events that happen, the branches and all that. Yeah, I know he is. So I've been asking him so that I can get an idea of how it is here. I know it's not a new thing to happen in Imbarara, but I feel like I can bring something new to it because there are some things that I don't see in Imbarara that I feel like would be interesting to add. Yeah, basically that's it.
I should say I am unable to. So I'm just wondering if you've kind of pilot tested it somewhere before, because you say you're not familiar with Imbarara, right? Have you tried it elsewhere that you have the confidence that it may work here? Okay. Because sometimes, I'm a scholar of implementation science, and many times we formulate ideas, policies and programs, and then when we're trying to scale up to different areas, because of the curricular differences, they may not work out, because maybe we have not co-designed them with the members, the people, the target population or the target clients, so that we make it more inclusive, so that they can be able to have a buy-in. So that's why I'm wondering if you've actually tried it elsewhere, and have you tried to test it around so that you can be able to, when you roll it out.
Firstly, I'm going to say that when I came here, I wasn't planning on talking about it because I feel like this space is totally different from what I'm doing, perhaps, because
no, everyone actually has something different.
I feel like your ideas are totally different maybe from what I'm thinking. But yes, I have tried it out in Kampala with a couple of friends and they have appreciated it. But that's in Kampala. It's a totally different space from here. Okay. And one thing I know about Imbarara is that it kind of squeezes you until you give up. So
are you talking that out of experience? That
in Imbarara? No, I say that from seeing how businesses have come and go. From how Garden City was going to open up, but it didn't end up opening up. Nakumat came and went, but it went eventually everywhere. Businesses have come and closed in Imbarara because people are not so receptive all the time.
Okay.
Right?
Exactly.
Yes, the culture.
Exactly. That's
the culture, especially something in what I'm trying to, the entertainment industry. With these other things, I think it's okay, but
not really.
I have a family member who has a school, so our plan is to first approach the children there and the parents, probably a day during the weekend. Have a painting for them. The children are alone, the parents are alone, and we see how it goes. If they're receptive, if they like it, we can then tell them of future events like that which are going to happen. So. That's what I have in mind.
Kali, thank you.
I hope I've got.
How many parties are people in favor since 6 years now?
I can't count, but there are few. Also, I wanted to raise something about her point. one of the things I've seen about the culture is when you have a product which is valuable, people will always come. Like now, when, for example, you have headache, there are high chances that you will not sit in your room. You will go and look for a solution. So most probably, if your product has value to people, they will come.
Market is a network. It's not like you just put things up and advertise and then people will appear. It's more of starting with people in the area or the field, and then they will tell you who to connect with. And that's what I've seen about Mbara Market. And Mbara has different classes of people that attend different kinds of events. Yeah. For instance, there are places you will go to here of a certain class, and you'll always find someone you know who belongs to a certain class. So I think that's one thing I wanted to say. Then two, in the past we've tried to build an app which we tried to market in Mbara here. It wasn't a success, well, because I was away. But what we were trying to do was to have events on an application. And the people who owned the places were the ones posting those events. And then everyone else would come and get a plot. So we had called it Get a Plot. I don't know if anyone heard about it. Yeah, so that's one of the innovations we are building. It is still there somehow, but one of the challenges...
I should contact you.
Yeah. But one of the challenges there is, again, the product came when the technology hadn't penetrated that much. So you go to a place and tell them, hey, you're going to post an event. They say, oh, we are going to do it. You are going to open an account, you show them, you train them. When they have an event, they'll post on Facebook. And then you have to employ people to go to places to keep checking. What event is happening this weekend? ABCD. Iceland, you are still there, of course. Oh, what do you have this weekend? Then you post. So I think there is that part of people learning the product, and then things can go on. But Get a Plot is coming back soon. Yeah, thanks.
Yes, my name is Calvin Cherotin. I'm glad to be here. It's my first time. So, basically, I'm a student in my final year. I'm doing pharmacy, and I have mainly two interests. The first interest that I have is in natural products. As you can see, that natural products basically, if you see our environment is very rich, and if we utilize it very well, these natural products will solve so many problems. So that's my first priority. Then my second interest is in marketing and supply chain. So those are my two basic interests. Then the customers, of course, we are all going to be the customers for natural products. The reason I asked why I got interested in natural products, there's a time I was at home, I was interacting with my grandma, and she told me there are certain things that they use, and after they mix those herbs, and certain diseases will not affect you. So it means that if we use these natural products, if we interact very well with the things in our environment, certain things are going to be prevented. Then the other thing also, you realize that most of these modern pharmaceuticals, they are good in the other end, not in the in the first use. So if you continuously use these natural products, there are certain things that's going to be eliminated. Then the challenges mainly for the case of the herbs that they told me, some of those products, some plants, they no longer exist. So it's a big challenge on how to get those plants. Yeah.
I'm Ezekiel. And I love such discussions because there's a way they trigger my mind, think far or think ahead. I'm still ideating my idea. I told you earlier, I'm planning how to transform this waste into useful product. We sort of charcoal briquettes. We sort of charcoal briquettes and we tried it, and after we discovered that some of the things we are not covering all the wastes. So we are trying other alternatives, options, see how we can transfer those wastes into useful products. But as we are moving that, there's some technology company. It is called NED Focus Technologies. It was founded by 3 people, me and other 2 people. Me, my background it is accounting and finance, and those 2 guys, their background it is computer science. So we are building apps. These apps are specifically this for financial management, business management. I give them idea on how they can manage, how you can manage the business through use of using my financial management skills. Then for them, they are programmers. They build an app basing on that. I hope you guys have seen QuickBooks, Tally, those systems. So we are building such things, and even apps. We have sold them to different people, and even where I work, I have convinced them to buy that thing in some sector to manage it. So in case you are here and you are wondering how you can manage your business, we can provide you with that app or a system. It is locally hosted, doesn't need internet. You can use it without internet, and in case of sales or what, that app or system can generate for you a report. It can show you your performance. It can show you. It can alert you in case of anything is lacking or it is you need to improve somewhere. It can do a lot of things.
You have said you have already made the app?
Yes.
You have that app?
Yes.
Okay.
If you need it like now, to just we can. Yeah, you put your logos and what and anything you do.
Okay, any challenges?
Free trial. We can talk basing on your business. If the business is still growing, yes. If the business is still growing or still new, then we can give you a free trial and we see. If the business is already established, then there we have to invest something. The challenges we are getting, some people, like some of the businesses, we are targeting, some of them, even we are targeting these small businesses. Some of the owners are not right, like they are not familiar on how to use it. They feel like it is very hard. It needs someone who has studied computer, and yet it is very easy to use. Something like that. And what we need, I know you guys here, you can all be our customers, because it can manage you. It can manage your businesses, like it direct you where to invest more, where to reduce the capital you are investing to, all those things.
You are not yet registered, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Most times when you're not yet registered, it's easy to run the business because also your expenses and what of you are still a bit low, which makes it easy for everyone actually to access it. But I think one advice I can give is at least put it on Play Store. No one would, I think the account is like 200, it's like 70,000. Yeah, 70,000, $25 to have your app there, such that as you speak here, people can easily look through it and see how far you've gone. But also have a long-term plan, because the moment you register, things change. What you have been selling 50K might rise to 100. Yeah.
Colleagues and innovators, entrepreneurs and startuppers in the house, I'm so glad to be here once again. My name is Emmanuel Maleka Simba, and I'm a co-founder for this platform that is so innovative. I'm looking forward to turning the startups that we have into business-making ventures holistically. So I will just take 5 minutes and follow the rubric we've been given. So the field or industry, pharmaceutical sector, and what are we offering? We offer safe, affordable, effective, organic formulations. And for this platform, I intend to focus on one for management of cough and flu with minimal side effects to the patient.
Hilcoff.
Yeah, Hilcoff DS. Unfortunately, I've sold all the samples I had. So you may not be able to sit here, but I can. Yeah, that's why I disappeared for some point. So our customers, for now, we have pharmacies, clinics, drug shops, and even dispensaries, of all these dispensaries are showing a lot of progress because they are using it directly. This is at schools, especially, and these young people normally suffer from flu and coughs. They can do like an outbreak at some times. So the challenges we are facing right now, okay, which level are we? Of course, recently we just got approval, notification from the National Drug Authority, an achievement that allows us to explore the market officially, especially these registered or entities, like pharmacies and the sort. So what we need from this platform for today and moving forward, first is support in terms of sales. Because I've realized that in Mbarara, just like the former speakers highlighted, it is more of based on networks. Your support will be based on networks that you build. They normally support their own, so you have to become part of their own for you to garner that support from them.
Not only Mbarara, everywhere.
Okay, everywhere, but our focus for now is Mbarara, where we are based. So what do we need? Support in terms of sales. I intend to pass around an online market survey to you fellow innovators so that you can be able to give us some feedback of how you view the market. It will help us to make traction. Then another business, for us, we are seeking to know how to manage the traction of many products that we push out there, because it's not easy, especially at the start. So we've been able to get to regulatory approvals, and these two products, to monitor their progress and traction in the market, is becoming quite daunting, and would like to get some feedback from you guys. Maybe how are you doing it your way to manage the progress of these two or more products in the market, to see how they are tractioning. Then the challenges, of course, at startup level, you don't have that much of machinery and equipment. So right now we've been venturing in contract manufacturing, which also comes with its shortcomings. For instance, how you share the profits and the sales. And remember, when you're starting, you're not making large volumes. So the person who is manufacturing for you on contract would want a certain percentage that may not be able to meet. So also navigating that inequality is quite challenging, and I would seek your view on that. Then the other is the bureaucracies. So bureaucracies regarding regulatory approvals, it is quite a marathon, I should say, processes. But of course, just like Dr. Muhumuza Umar highlighted, you need to create a system and also create rapport with the different people. And that brings us to partnerships that you make with these people to fasten the process, yeah? So we've really explored that mechanism, and we've been able to see light of day, at least for now. We should say we are progressing well. And then the other is now the inadequacies and insufficiency in terms of the production requirements, yeah? Because especially for pharmaceuticals, it requires you to have a registered or an approved state-of-the-art kind of facility that you produce this drug or pharmaceuticals from. So that is also a challenge we're trying to face right now. But just like I said, we are trying to go about that by utilizing contract manufacturing. So what is our strength? I've seen Dr. Timira talk about funders funding teams and people, not ideas. And then Victor, a time he says that ideas are cheap, but execution is everything. And that brings us about the question that who actually executes these ideas? It is the team. So our strength at Hillcoff DS, Mariko Organics, SMC Limited is a multidisciplinary resilient team that has been able to propel us to this stage and moving forward. So with that, I thank you all, and I welcome feedback and any input you could give us. Thank you.
Mine is simple. As you have talked that you are a free, like you are a fresh supplier in the market. I would encourage you to look into the advertising strategy we would use. I work in a hospital. I have seen these marketing persons for pharmacies coming often in our hospital, having syrups, having different types of drugs, trying to market them, explaining how they are different from others, trying to market them. They give us samples. They convince the doctors to use these samples to patients. They come after some time to collect feedback. What was the reaction from the patients? Did they work? After then, they convince the procurement officer that you see we have given out our samples and they have done well. Now what do you say? And they ended up putting them on the board. So I would encourage you to look into the advertising strategy, the marketing strategy. How are you going to use it? If it is employing some skilled or people who knows around very well, might have stayed here for some years, but you don't know here very well. So there are some people who know every pharmacy here, every clinic, every hospital. Because if I can trust you that like one hospital, if it can start getting orders, can be able to order like 800 quantities at once if they have discovered something in your product. So I would really encourage you to look in that marketing strategy, not you going to market, but putting a budget aside to market that product so that it can conquer here.
I know you've been selling this product before. People have been taking, and there's been some feedback and experiences that you've gathered. I think it will be nice if you use that and the knowledge you've been acquiring as you were selling the product, then you move. But thank you so much.
Okay, Doctor.
Thank you, Malika. I also congratulate you. I mean, it's interesting that an entrepreneur has to in Uganda they say kuba chikono up to when you make it somewhere. Yeah, one question you asked about traction. I think it goes back to how you calculated your selling price or the market price. Yeah, it goes back first to that. And then it goes also back to thinking through the worst and best journey. For instance, you want to sell 20 products, but what if you sell 10? Then what happens? Can you still keep in the market? I think that's another strategy. But also the projection. You have to be realistic. I see sometimes as people build these business models, they say, okay, in 3 years we'll break even. But sometimes it can take you 5 years depending on the product. So I think that also can help you with traction. Then something else you asked is about managing multiple products. Am I right? Yeah. From our experience, because we do manage a lot of products, what helps is one, of course, the team, and I know you have a great team. But also, two, is whether you have someone who tracks each and every feedback. So you need someone who is dedicated to capturing the feedback for all the products you're running in parallel. And then the other thing that helps is some of the weekly sort of meetings to review and then define a new product and then define a direction. And lastly is the check-in you have with the customers. The check-in, I mean, you need to have a plan that probably every week or every 2 weeks or every month, we are checking in with the customers. In this case, this could be people you are supplying to see how the product is performing, and then you know where to concentrate your efforts at a certain point of time T. Thank you.
And after my school, while everyone was going to look for place to work here and there, I was wondering how I could work in so many places and still maybe maintain a bit of ability to go to not be confined to a certain place. So we formed a company called Sync Biomedical Limited, and Sync Biomedical Limited does the work that a biomedical engineering would do in a facility, but charges a little less, but also doesn't hold an office within your facility. So we come to your facility, we ask for maybe 2 visiting days in a month, and then set an amount for you, okay, that you pay us. So we do it here, we do it in a different facility, we do it in a number of facilities, and then can gather. Our other work that we do is we're into medical supplies. So this is how we rolled out our program. We started with barely any capital, but we had a plan. Barely any capital, but we had a plan. So the plan was start with the service, then go to the commodity or the stock much later. Start with the service. First of all, while placing the service, you're being paid. While doing the service, you're being paid. But two, you are reaching the potential customers, okay? So reach out to them, do the actual biomedical engineering work with equipment and what from which you actually make good money, okay? Some reasonable amount of money. But also while there, tell these people, we supply this and this and this and this, okay? You get, not these things of coming to Bara, you open a shop and leave it to chance for anyone to walk in. So we have so far been operational for a year and about 4 months. Yeah, and about 4 months. We pride ourselves on a number of service contracts that we hold with facilities, a number of facilities. Then we have facilities that we visit on on call. We have this and this that we need you to look at. We go there. Then because of the places we've been, we also have people that call us, can you supply us this and this and this, okay? So basically, what are we offering if we are to follow the script? What are we? We are in the field of biomedical engineering works and medical supplies. That's our niche. And what are we offering? We are offering biomedical engineering works, that is servicing, maintenance, and repair, calibration, setup of hospital infrastructure. And then we are into supplies of all hospital consumables and equipment. Our customers are medical facilities, wherever they might be in the country. And then where are we? I don't know how to really quantify the general. Yes, we have been selling our products and services from day one. we didn't have a time developing the idea and all that, then following through the steps. Our product could sell on day one because it started as a service. You can sell a service on day one. Then what we need, you guys, we need money, capital, okay? Yeah, and that's what we are trying to grow, to grow the capital, because when you have capital, then you are able to, for instance, have a solution to things like someone, not necessarily a defaulter, but someone holding your money for a long time. You're like, okay, we don't have so many clients of your kind, so you can take a bit of your time and maybe delay us for a month, 2, 3. If you have operational capital, we are patient with you, okay? So yes, we have, so really the more, the bigger you grow, the more you're able to manage people who want to take things and pay at their own pace. What more do we need? We are, from this kind of setting and this gathering, we are here to collect ideas. When he starts talking about advertising and growing strategies, we are listening very well. When he starts talking of how they are supposed to do placements, maybe in pharmacies, maybe then we think of doing a placement of a medical equipment in a certain facility. They study its performance, not just studying its performance, they also develop a habit with using our equipment. And before they know it, we're asking them, can you possibly fully buy it instead of maybe having it rented out to you and you're paying in installments? Yeah, that's like the similar idea of that of free trials. Free trials are meant to make you develop a habit. Then you can pay for the product. So that's the journey we are at. Another business? Yeah, the challenges again, when the capital is low, you have almost every challenge with you. Yeah, so the challenge over time has been growing, being, of course, getting premises and able to maintain and all that. But we used to have a lot of challenges back then. We have challenges now, but the curve for the challenge is dropping. Every day you overcome some challenges, and yeah, it gets better every day, and that's all that I can say for now.
Wow, thank you. Response to that one?
By profession, I'm a pharmaceutical scientist.
Yes.
By the way, yeah. So for this specific space, the field I'm working in, I think it's agriculture, specifically poultry. What are we offering? We are offering 2 products. 1, eggs. 2, chicken. Who are my clients or customers? So my clients are, okay, I have 2 categories. Businesses, like the place where we are here, the restaurants, then individuals, like Emma. So those are 2 different categories. Where am I? We are at a growth stage, if I may say, because I started poultry in 2024, 2025 at the beginning, after being hit by reality of a company that you all know, some of you, Mills Organics, that was not bringing in money, and I needed to survive, which is a company I'm so passionate about. If you've met me before, you know I could die for it. But for this specific time, I've been trying to pivot, to focus my energies on something that I can grow. Maybe in case it brings money, I could invest in my dream, which is in Mills Organics. So far, we are running a farm at a capacity of 1,100 birds. Those are specifically layers. 1,100 birds. So for beginners, I started with 100. I just needed to understand how the business works. I wanted to get experience. I wanted to like learn like any other person before you enter into something and you fall apart. Yeah, so that was last year. I started with 100, and you guys, I loved it. I don't know where I was before. Yeah, I loved it, and at the end of last year, I made a decision to actually invest my energy this year. The other time, Victor, you were saying these days I love poetry. But yeah, this year I said I'm going to focus my energy in poetry and see where it goes. Like they say, you cannot focus your energy on so many things. You end up being a mediocre on everything, literally. So the better you focus, So what do I need? Maybe I will start with the challenges. The challenge I have currently is the demand is way above the supply, if I may say.
It's not a good challenge.
It's not so good,
but it's not a good one.
It's not good, but it's better.
Put you down.
Yeah, so yeah, definitely. For example, I think the camera guy wanted eggs, but Emma wanted eggs. I couldn't supply. Why? Production is low. So my biggest challenge is on production. And like Beda shared, poultry needs investment, especially if you're dealing with layers. So for the very first 5 months, you're injecting in money. For example, these birds per week, if I may say, they take over 500,000 Ugandan shillings. And imagine you're investing that for the next 5 months. And for a beginner, like a starter, I don't have a job somewhere else, I'm investing my energy in all that. Even if you had a partner, you would be overdraining them. So capital is a very big challenge. Maybe the problem is sometimes we get money and we invest in the wrong things, probably. Yeah, I always tell my friends, Banang, if I had this idea when I had like some grant that I got some year back, I think I would be very far off camera. I would be very far. Yeah, but it's a learning point anyway. So capital is it's a very big challenge because there is feed costs, there is water costs, there is a lot of costs involved, which someone who is not patient, I may be here saying that demand is more than supply, but if you cannot actually get from the point where you actually need to satisfy these clients, it becomes very hard for you to achieve this goal. Yeah, but one thing I'm happy about is that the industry is very good. I would encourage someone to join me. It is a very nice industry if you understand what you're dealing with. Yeah. Any other business? No. Thank you.
Wow.
She said that her challenges are having more demand than supply, and I want to show you people why that is actually a problem. Huh? You see, you're going to wake up today. They're going to ask her for maybe 100 birds, huh? Or maybe they have set up a factory for processing chicken somewhere, and they're going to come to her farm and ask her for 500 birds. She cannot avail 500 birds. So what they do is declare you a joker or an salesperson, a person without capacity, and then they'll go to another farm where they'll get it. Trust me, they'll never contact you again. You get it? So it's a very big problem. We've also had challenges where someone comes and is like, okay, you guys are into supplies? Yes. Can you possibly give me an ultrasound machine of this kind or an X-ray? Huh? And you guys, we have not touched money that can buy an X-ray. So like, no, we can't. They're like, okay, no. Then that means you guys are not, you don't have money in your thing. Next to onto the next person, the possible will never contact you. So it's a big problem when you find people want more than your company can or your business establishment can actually provide. It's a problem. See it as a problem.
So, Emma, as a co-founder, 30 seconds.
Let me say something, not only because as a co-founder, but because I've experienced it. I'm so intrigued by what she's doing because I've been a client from day one. I don't eat chicken, but I eat the eggs, so I normally support. So the question is, I've done this before in lockdown. I tried to start with 2,000 birds, but I was never there. I was only sending money to my mom to do for me and everything. But what shocked me, of course, I don't eat chicken, like I said. They said, oh, the chicken died. So I kept one, and she didn't talk about that as a challenge.
Yeah.
It goes without saying that these birds die oftenly. So I don't know how she does it. Is it the time she gives the business that she's always there? Because I was never there. I was in Imbara the entire time of lockdown. Sent my money, bought birds, built the thing. Is it the pen? Is it called the pen? Something like that. So I was so shocked to go back, only to be told all of them had died, but they had something aside of their own that was thriving. I don't want to say that it was more like pivoting to theirs, but I want to know, I would like to know how she manages them so that they don't die. Like she's saying that she has been progressing since the start.
Okay, so
yeah.
You are going to give us, you have seen what people have discussed, right? What do you think? You saw where we started from at the Entrepreneurs Launch. Where do you think we can go with this? And just your thoughts, and then I will close it up with the rapid questions.
I'm going to start with Victor's question of how far has the launch gone, right? That's what you're asking. I think in a few words, I'll say it's incremental growth and positive growth, yes. Because this started as an ideation hub where people are sharing how to build themselves in entrepreneurship. And I think it's gone beyond the boundaries of Mbara. Yeah. And people have picked a lot of interest. Unfortunately, the space can only hold a few. Yeah. And I think it is progressive growth because I would also not like you people to be so many, 50 plus, then it loses value. Yeah. But then the fewer the people, then you people have constructive engagements. You can share and learn from each other. And also, of course, I have just been here. When you see me, in your place saying, please do this for me, it's because I have heard from each one of you and every one of you here. If I come in your inboxes to ask for something, it's because I've also been learning and assimilating a lot. So I think this is a lot of positive growth. But also, secondly, there's a certain skill that the lounge is teaching that you people have not seen. It's the art of selling yourself.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
These are things, they are subtle things that most of us do not give a lot of attention, but they mean a lot. Everyone has a product, but how you pitch your product is a skill you develop by speaking to people. Now, everyone here has been speaking to each other and pitching their product. Indirectly, you did not see that. So it means when you meet people out there, then you can tell them that you have a product that you're selling. And the art of communicating, the art of speaking out what you have as a product is the greatest gift that you can have as an individual in entrepreneurship. Because entrepreneurship means you have to convince people, right? Yeah. And what you've been doing here has been convincing us and telling us, yes, we are growing, we have a problem, but we can do much more better. In fact, to have such a space where you talk people, a lot of people pay. You've seen Rama is doing things around. Just for people to come and speak for 2 hours, they pay him 200,000, and you guys are having it for free. I think that's a very big step for the lounge.
Thank you.
And in terms of growth, I think each of us is learning from each other about incremental steps, because the young man here came and he was asking, how do I grow from my ideation, from my prototyping to the market stage? And he meets another innovator who is up there, so they get to learn the skill, okay? And then he meets Kimera here, and then he tells him, no, look here, it's not just about your $1 million idea. It's about your social capital as well. I mean, how best do you convince people? So it kind of like opens up your eyes and you see the world beyond what you've been thinking of, the small nitty-gritties. And maybe lastly, what you learn from here is that you need to have a brand. And that's what Victor was telling me. And in fact, I was going to run a short commentary, everyone to tell me just one word, what your personal brand stands for.
One word.
Just one, each one of us.
You can do it.
Just one. And you tell me what your personal brand stands for. What's your personal brand?
One word.
Just one, not sentences, not explanations, just one word.
And don't repeat the other person's word. Yes.
Automation.
Automation.
Same thing, automation.
I know. Cannot be the same. Cannot. Cannot be the same thing.
It's okay.
Okay.
That's -2.
Marketing.
Marketing.
Creativity.
Creativity.
Longevity.
Longevity. Yeah.
Striving for the best.
One word, bro. One word.
Strive.
Okay.
Unique.
Unicity.
Okay. Organic.
Medtech.
One word.
That's medtech. That's one word. That's a
Kind of
combination of
like-
medtech.
Okay.
Consistent.
Consistent. Now back to the other guy. He has to tell us a word.
I also have to say one.
Sustainability. Yes, sustainability.
I'll go for hygiene.
Okay, hygiene. So,
for your
perfect. So, what we're trying to say here is that everyone's brand, you need to have a particular brand. We need to know you for something, yeah? We need to know that you're a consistent person. We need to know that your product is an organic product. We need to know that you stand for longevity, that you want to sustain yourself throughout the market. We need to know that you're tech-oriented. Get what I am saying? And the only way we know that is if you portray yourself the way you want us to, in these words that you said that describe you as a brand, yeah? And just keep it that way, simple as that. And export your brand. Every time I see this guy, man, I am like, the guy of solutions. You get even his name. Sometimes I forget his name. But I know, okay, water for athletics. Actually, that's what, Lukaya says, there's this man of water for athletics. Yes. So everyone knows you for a particular brand, eh? Maleka here, every time I see him, I see herbs. You see what I am saying?
Yeah.
So what is your brand, eh? I knew Emily for cosmetics.
Yeah.
And now she has pivoted to chicken.
Cocoa Farm.
Yeah, to Cocoa Farm. So you see the kind of brand that you have, eh? Kind of like describes you. In fact, every time when I get a phone call and say, man, we wanted a drug, I have a sore throat, I'll be like, Hill Cough? Get what I am saying? That's the kind of brand I want each one of us to build. In whatever stage it is, even in prototyping, be the guy who speaks about your idea every time, eh? Be like, man, great guy, I am working on this thing. What do you think, eh? So you pick ideas, but also learn from each other. Don't keep things. No one wants to steal your idea. You do not have a monopoly of ideas, eh?
Perfect. Repeat that again. One more time. I've been telling people that.
Exactly. No one wants to steal your idea. You do not have a monopoly of ideas, eh?
Yes.
All of us here can thrive in this ecosystem, yeah? And that is it really for me. And there was your question. You asked me about what was it in about 3 words? I have early onset dementia. I forget early.
Okay, people fear these kind of talks, the hard talks, the how far question. That's why it's up to the numbers.
Yeah. So you see, to build a brand, you need a certain form of confidence, right? Now, majority of the people, if you cannot speak out your idea, the question of why don't people want to speak about their ideas is because, one, probably they don't have the confidence, or secondly, the first question we talked about, they want to keep the idea to themselves. They think when they say it out, someone will steal this idea. And that's the primitive thinking that I want us to debunk.
Yeah.
And
Dr. Umar, so if I get him very well, what he's trying to ask is that most people fear self-evaluation. The moment you talk about asking the hard questions, how far has your company moved, Yes, most people want to listen. Like when you say that we are going to listen to Dr. Umar, they will come. But if they say they are going to be asking you, then they chicken out.
Yeah, and I think the reason why most people don't want to do that is because we are a society that does not like to be evaluated wherever we go. And I've been in different positions and we have appraisals and everything. It always comes with pulling ropes, yeah? No one wants to be appraised. No one wants to know what their problems are. It's a societal problem. It's not just an individual problem. And all over the world, by the way, even the whites don't want to be appraised. But if you take appraisal in a positive way, it helps you become a better version of yourself. Yeah?
Improve.
And I keep telling people, you find people who tell you the honest truth, you do not like them, because that's our nature of society. They feel like they are fighting you. But sometimes for me, someone who tells me I do not think that is right, kind of like opens my brain to think about the different options, helps me grow as an individual, yeah? In fact, sometimes I like to ask a lot because, in fact, I usually tell people, man, I have deficiencies in IT. What do you think about this? But the whole point is I want to learn from them so that I better my idea. So the smallest reason I'll give to, or the advice I'll give to anyone who doesn't like to be appraised is that go be ready for uncomfortable conversations. They build you as an individual.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We didn't ask the camera guy, you know, he's also a member of the Entrepreneurs Lounge. He always misses. He always misses on these conversations. We shall get him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
better witness.
yeah, so as per the discussion we had last time, we are supposed to, one of the goals, I think we set out goals last time, we are supposed to grow our members. We are supposed to be a community that is together, you know, not just coming here and we meet on Fridays and then go back and then it happens for the whole year. So as the person in charge of membership, I'm sorry, my team, I didn't tell you. It was on short notice. I had told you earlier that we are supposed to have a one-on-one session. So the one-on-one session is for like a deep dive of someone else's business. I don't know if you understand. Business or idea, wherever they are. So for the papers we have, that is the person you have been paired with. Unless if you have your name, you can. Oh my.
It's okay, she will handle you, no worries. After.
I think you can get this one, I don't know. So basically, I set some guiding questions. I sent them to group. When you're supposed to choose a day that is favorable for you between next week, like on your own pace, on your own program, with the person you have in the hand. So for example, the way he chose Beda, or I don't know, Beda, you chose who? Ezekiel. So depending on who he chose, for example, if I chose Umar, I'm supposed to visit Umar, and then we have a deep dive question of how Umar is doing, whatever he's doing, in terms of business. And then I guided questions in the group about the business story, the business model, like the operations, the reality, like understand in depth, because here we realize we are always like trying to rush and you may not understand what someone is saying, or you may not actually know what you need from here because we are rushing. People are saying so many things. But if I had a 1 hour sit with Umar, he may be able to help me on a one-on-one session. So that is the whole point. Then the exercise is that the following week when we meet here, at the end of the, I think the card document, you will see the very last part. We are supposed to have a simple attempt. When we come here the following week, we are supposed, for example, if I visited Beda, I'm supposed to come and introduce Beda's business very well, as if it's mine. For example, I'm supposed to say I met maybe Beda Witness, a founder of Sync Biomedicals. They started the business because of this. They serve this by offering this. Like as if I'm pitching Beda's business. In that way, I get to understand in detail what Beda is. In short, tomorrow when I'm out there, If they ever ask me anything connected to Beda's witness, I'm the first person who will recommend him. You understand? Yeah, so that's it. Next week, that's the exercise. Thank you.
I think that's a brilliant idea.
Oh, then before...
Because like me,
Yes.
so Umar has also.
So it's like this, Umar will get to know about him, and for you have to know about Umar.
So it means we have to.
Yeah, it's two-way. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you once again for joining us for the Entrepreneurs Launch. I don't know, which episode is this?
This is the
9th episode. 9th edition. It's amazing that you have moved this far. It's so good that you guys have come here. You have come for evaluation, and it's just amazing. Guys, in this moment, I want to be having all the attention on me. It's very important. So we are going for the last rapid question with Dr. Umar. It was so bad that we had the conversations we had with him, we hadn't had him on camera. So this is really wonderful, and people at least will get to hear of his knowledge. But before that, I want to let you know of 2 things that are going to happen, of course, with one of our partners as the Entrepreneurs Launch coming soon. First, if you can zoom in here, can you? Yeah, so this is the Avoda Run, which is organized by Professor Joe Bazira. It's a run for innovation. The things that you are doing, it's very important. It's in conjunction with Kazire and Entrepreneurs Launch. As a fact, the kits that are going to be put and any other kind of branding, we shall have the Entrepreneurs Launch, because we said we are partners and we are innovators. So it has Entrepreneurs Launch. Is it here? Okay, we shall see that later, no worries. So that's going to happen, and a kit is 25K. Some of us here said we are going to pay for 2 students. Others you can pay for yourselves, and then you can be able to attend on 16th January Room Day of February. Okay, so let's be in. Can zoom in again. So this is a talk with Kazire, and it's happening on the 4th of February. I think that's next week. And his idea to business, it will be a webinar. Okay, so you guys can, especially people in the pharmaceutical services, you can be able to attend. It will be nice, and it will be just amazing. So those are the 2 events. Yeah, this will be online. Those are the 2 events that Avoda is having for us. Maybe before I ask the rapid questions, I know you told us some people you want to come here, but who would you want? No, who do you want to come and sit in this place?
Okay.
What have you said? Some of them came. Now we want more. Twaha came.
I don't know. Can I just think about the list later? I could give you a whole list of people to.
Okay.
My mind is racing now. So many people. Yeah, and also let them know that I nominated them to come, so you can put it in their calendar.
All right.
Yeah.
So, guys, for the questions, Dr. Umar, Ryan, one habit that has contributed most to your success?
Guys, I am consistent. I don't give up.
Okay. A book that changed how you think about life or work?
Okay.
It's same answer.
Man, I have read a couple of books, but I think Atomic Habits is a good one. Yeah.
Very good book. If you are here and you have not yet read Atomic Habits, shame upon you. It's very nice. You should read it. A morning person or a night owl?
Morning person.
Yeah. I know. If you weren't doing what you do today, what would you be?
Man, I think I would be a dealer of sorts, because
Hope not a drug dealer.
No, not like a drug dealer, but like a broker, like a lawyer, like an attorney of sorts. Yeah.
Okay. One skill every young entrepreneur must develop early.
Communication skills.
Perfect. The best advice you have ever received?
Don't give up.
Okay. One thing you wish more people understood about success?
Success is, there are small steps. You take small steps to have bigger ones.
Okay. a country or place that has inspired your thinking the most?
You guys, the USA.
Why?
Very, man, every small funny thing earns money in the US. Even I've parked my car here. I think while living here, I was going to pay probably $15 or $20 for just an hour. So guys are too innovative. Even young people. There's a guy, you guys have seen some guy called Speed. I show Speed.
Yes.
Yeah, just to go and become crazy on the camera, dance around and what, and he's getting billions of money.
And he's 21 years old.
Exactly. So, I mean, everything in the...
One message, okay, this will be the last. Coffee or tea, and why?
Coffee anytime.
Okay, why?
Man, just...
You just like it?
Yeah, it's just, it's conventional.
Okay, your best Ugandan musician ever?
No, come on. You guys, there's a guy called GNL Zamba.
Yes! Finally, someone says a legend.
Yes.
That's amazing. So, and now for the biggest question that has put debates everywhere in the world from the start to the end, you know. It's not supposed to be a debate. Messi or Ronaldo?
Guys, Ronaldo.
I shouldn't have asked.
Dangerous United fan.
Wow, okay. Finally, one message you would like every young person here to remember tonight.
Strive to be better than you were yesterday.
Amazing. So thank you guys. It has really been amazing. Thank you, Dr. Omar, for coming here once again. We hope we have you next week. We shall have a speaker next week. But please, what she has told you to do, please do. It's important for your growth. You will see. Most of these things will be very important. I thank you all for attending, and may the good Lord bless you.
Amen.